in. Let's see if that's working. I think it should be. The little pop filter doesn't want to stay in place, so we're going to get rid of that for today. Alright, is this syncing up with the mic? It looks like it is. Okay, cool. Great. And I should be live right now. I think the chat box issue was fixed. I'm really hoping that it was. It's fixed. Hello, Josh. Hello, Evil Ano. Welcome. Chat box seems to be working. Audio seems to be working. I'm just letting everybody know that I am back from my... I needed to take a little break, frankly. I didn't really officially announce anything, but I just could not make myself do things, and that's fine. I had a lot of changes and things happening, so sometimes you're just not up for doing social media stuff on top of all that still, so yeah, just a little break, and that's cool. I don't know how much work I'm gonna do tonight. I don't know how much we're gonna get done, but we're gonna have us a little time, and it's just gonna be fun. And I can remind you that, like, we are, you know, raising, like, if you want to buy one of the minis I've painted, there's a raffle for, like, one of the minis that I painted. So, like, you can check it out there. Hello! Hi, Brent from Goobertown. Hello, Atomic Tofu. Yeah, no, I don't think it's healthy to work all the time. So yeah. Sometimes you gotta take breaks. By the way, you're going to talk, Brent. Like, when are we getting another Goobertown Goobertown roulette video? Never. That just stopped. That's just ended forever. Alright, okay. Everything seems to be live and working, so we're good. I'm gonna be working on another one of my nights that I have, because one of my friends is gonna be coming by next weekend, this weekend, one of those times that's happening. We're gonna play some 10th edition, or I'm gonna try to learn how to play 10th edition. And to do that, it would be really helpful if I had a fully painted army. So while I have several knights finished, like I can show you. We've got this knight done. We've got this knight done. I just finished up the bases on them earlier today. Had to trim off all the excess little things. And then we've also got this one. But apparently for a 1,000 point list, it would be helpful if I had 4 of them done. And not just 3. So we're going to see if I can finish this night within a week. But given the amount of needless freehand I'm about to do, I tend to doubt it. But that's cool. Get some sleep on them. I'm sure you're not the only one out there who's up way too late. Fortunately, it is a weekend, so, like, you can sleep in on Sunday if you need to. It is good to take breaks, you are right. It is healthy and reasonable and well advised to take breaks. What are you guys working on? What are you painting? Do you have any interesting projects on the horizon? I feel like it's probably only been a couple of weeks since I last streamed, but I feel like it's been ages, so I gotta check in. See what all's been going on with you. Have you gotten interested in any new role-playing games? I've become interested in so many things since we last spoke. I played my first test game of Mordheim, and that's really cool, and I'm excited to play more of that. I also picked up Silver Bayonet, which I forgot that I had ordered because it took over 6 months to arrive at my local game store for no particular reason. Completely forgot that I had ordered that, so I have that now, and was reading through the rules of that, and it actually seems pretty simple to play. So that's kind of exciting. It has been 84 years. Yes, that is an accurate measure of time for me, a person who cannot do math. One very exciting update that some of you might have already seen, I did post about it on my Instagram, is that one of the rooms which had the terrible shag carpet that you guys have come to know and I would say love, but I don't think a person should be capable of loving such a horrid thing. One of the rooms has been defeated of the carpet menace, and there is new, better, cooler carpet installed. That's right, folks. I did it. I installed bowling alley neon arcade movie theater carpet in my residential house. It is there. It is very prominent, and the person installing my carpet both asked if I was going to put black lights in my ceiling fan and told me that I could get an arcade cabinet for like $200 at Walmart and said I should get one for the room. And I don't think that he is wrong. Truly, I do not. I did not take forever to base coat this guy, so I'm hoping that I can just start blocking in all these details and that the painting is going to go really smooth. I don't know if that'll be the case, but that is the hope. That is the optimism for this project. And this stream probably only going to be about an hour. I'm just warning you ahead of time. This is not going to be one of my longer ones. We're dipping our toes back in. We're taking this easy. And we're just going to be kind to ourselves because we need to be. The world is a really scary place lately, so let's all just be kind while we can. Yeah, the guy was really cool about it. Apparently, he took a photo of it to send to his son and be like, look at the stuff we got to install today. He's like, yeah, I don't get too many requests to install that, although I did have to patch up the local skating rink once and got to use it, so he seemed pretty hype about it. I was very glad because the people at the carpet store that I had gone to initially were like the most boring beige people on planet Earth, and I was like, I don't think you understand me. Aw, thank you, Q's Mod Shop. That's very kind. I love painting nights. I am a little sad that this is my second to last one. After this guy, I just have the Castellan, and then I have my 2K points, so I should theoretically be done. You know, that's it. Don't need more than that. And they're expensive. They are pricey AF, so I don't anticipate acquiring too many more of them, or really any more. They've been an absolute delight to paint, a true passion project. I love them very much. It's been so fun adding in all the details. Finding stuff to use is like whipped cream and strawberries and stuff and all kinds of things like that. I will have the coolest army, that is a fact. They will be ice cream themed, so ice cold, you know. I'm really hoping that they'll go over well at my local game store. When I initially brought my ice cream orcs in to play with, that didn't go so well, and people were kind of weird about it, so I don't know if my ice cream nights are gonna go over any better. Atomic Topher, I had to order from the internet. There's a company called Joy Carpets, I think it is, that you can order through. I think they're pretty much the only, like, company that is still making this stuff. It is about, depending on the pattern you choose, it ranges from about $2 to $4 per square foot, which honestly is about the cost of regular carpet. So if you're thinking of redoing a room anyway and you're not boring, you might as well get sick ass carpet. People do like iced tea. I'm sorry. Was I saying that I didn't like iced tea? I have 2 cans of Arizona green tea right there. Maybe I missed something. Hello, Dueling with Brushes. Hello, Chris. I can't remember if I said hi to you. I think I said hi to Cameron, but if I didn't, hello. Trying to keep up with you all and also paint this little waffle cone pattern in. I'm doing freehand to avoid doing highlights. I'll Atomic Topher, if you DM me on Discord. By the way, I do have a Discord server that's totally free to join if you like hanging out cool places. You don't have to be like a Patreon member or anything. But you can DM me on there or on Instagram and remind me to send you a link, and I can show you where I got my carpet from. But for anybody who would like to join, I have posted a link to the Discord in the chat. I love the classic Arizona green tea. These are empty cans that I just haven't taken out of my hobby space. I am drinking water from Hy-Vee, so that's today's beverage. And it's mostly gone, so I may have to get another beverage at some point. But we'll cross that bridge if and when we come to it. We are really crazy on the Discord. It's a fun and wacky place to be. We have a server for video games, which I was going to use to, like, catalog my occasional Elden Ring and Bloodborne playthroughs and stuff like that. But people are using it to talk about the new Legend of Zelda game, which is great. But I don't understand, because I've never played any Zelda game and have no interest in playing the new one. So I just kind of check in there every now and again. I'm like, oh, they're talking about a thing. That sounds cool. Hope that's fun. We have all kinds of channels for all kinds of things. So yeah, it's a good place, and I can send you carpet samples there. That actually turned out really sick. That shoulder pad turned out good. I don't know why that one looks way better than all of the other waffle cone, but I'm not going to question it. We're just going to accept it. So yeah, what projects are you all working on? I don't think anyone answered my question when I asked it. You were all just like, yes, we confirm that it's been 8,000 years since you streamed. But do tell me. I assume a lot of people are probably working on getting armies ready for 10th edition if they're Warhammer players. You just finished banana bread. That's dope. I had bought some puff pastry from the grocery store with notions of trying to make turnovers or little pastries of some kind, because I picked up some rhubarb from the farmer's market like a week ago, which I've never cooked with before. I was like, I can figure out how to use this, and I haven't. It's just sat in my fridge. It still looks fine. Like, it doesn't look like it's gone bad or anything, but I need to remember to try that. This waffle cone does not look as good, but you know what it does? It still looks acceptable. So we're gonna stick with it, I think. I'm not gonna repaint it. We ain't got time for that. Oh, fire truck going by. Sorry about that, if you can hear it. It's a little loud. Oh, cool. You built your first battle bot. That sounds way cooler than Gene Stealer Colts. Gene Stealer Colts, not gonna lie. Audio editing. Alright, fair. Sounds like a fair Saturday. I'm excited for the next Goobertown project. I don't know what or when my next video is. I've kind of just been like, you know what? When it happens, it'll happen. Which isn't the best for, like, the algorithm and YouTube and stuff, but it's whatever. Sometimes you gotta just take the L. But I'll be back in that audio editing chair before too long, suffering. Ah, sweet. Dueling with brushes. You got your guard finished. You're going to be ready. That's excellent. Hearthkin Salvagers and Felgor Ravagers. Now working on some historical models. Oh, you're going to be playing Silver Bayonet too. That's cool. I was reading Silver Bayonet, right? And I just finished watching Dimension 20's Crown of Candy campaign, which, if you don't know me very well, two things I love most in this world: incredibly violent media, and also candy. And to have basically a candy Game of Thrones playing out, it was perfect. It was the best thing that I had ever seen. In terms of actual play D&D projects. And I was so sad when it was over, because I was like, when am I ever gonna get this again? Like, it's just not gonna happen. No one else is gonna make this. But I started reading Silver Bayonet shortly thereafter. And I still had all the Crown of Candy stuff in my head. So I think that, unfortunately, I will also corrupt the world of Silver Bayonet with a bunch of candy stuff, because I'm not willing to set that aside. You can be a werebear in Silver Bayonet. Like, you can have a werebear on your team, and I'm 100% gonna make that a gummy bear. Like, why wouldn't I? It would be my goddamn right and privilege to do so. You'll have to let me know if that jam is any good. I'm pretty much gonna make strawberry rhubarb jam myself and put it in a pie and or pastry. I don't exactly know what I'm doing. I'll probably improv a recipe and it'll be edible. That's the goal. We're gonna see how that turns out. Maybe tomorrow. Hopefully tomorrow. I have produce to use up, so we best get to it. That looks fine for now. Looks fine. I just have to paint stripes on literally everything and figure out if I'm doing freehand on the mint part, which I shouldn't do to save time, but will do because it looks sick. I don't know what that means, Q's Mod Shop, that the leader rules for your Biophagus can finally help your army be poggers. I haven't read through the new rules exactly yet. Okay, cool. Splitting boxes seems to be a good way to go for things. And splitting things into, like, smaller squads is usually a pretty solid plan for, making sure that you don't get, like, overwhelmed with a project. Need to paint stripes along these parts too, so we're gonna take care of that. Basically, I'm gonna do anything I can to avoid highlighting because I don't feel like doing that part, even though it's definitely the part that needs to get done and would make the most sense to get done next. Oh, cool. I haven't played against Gene Stealer Colts. I haven't really gotten the chance to play a lot of 40K because, like I said, I just didn't get a good vibe from my local scene when I first stopped by. So I kind of switched to Age of Sigmar and haven't really been back to 40K in terms of playing. But it is what I love to paint most, I think. I love fantasy and sci-fi both. I refuse to choose between the two of them. So it's definitely a lot of just painting both because I like both. It does also mean I have way more minis than any one person is ever going to be able to paint in their lifetime. I'm gonna see if I can't get a nice candy cane spiral the whole way up this guy. We'll see. Usually I try and make its stripes to look like a drinking straw, but since this one is like mint flavors, I'm gonna see if I can't lean a little bit more into the peppermint aspect. Let's see how that goes. It'll probably be needlessly difficult for very little difference in payoff, but hey, that's how I paint minis these days. Oh, they're goofy? Okay, I like goofy. I played orcs because, I mean, they all looked like little Mad Max lads, and that was very much what I wanted. Mad Max Fury Road is my favorite film of all time, so it was an easy choice to pick orcs. Imagine me now painting Imperial Knights. It's a wild world that we have. I hope all of this freehand is on camera. Sometimes it has to wander off camera so that I can paint it correctly. But I'm trying. I have my phone camera positioned just above eye level, so it should be catching everything that I can see. But do let me know if I wander out of frame too often. Something really exciting happened today, too, in that Louise Sugden, one of my favorite painters ever, who has a channel called Rogue Hobbies, and you should subscribe and follow it if you haven't, but I imagine most people have heard of it at this point. She did her first Twitch stream, and it was delightful. That was so much fun to watch. I hope she does another one in the future, because I had a good time. My freehand certainly does wander. It's kind of one of those sort of blessing and a curse situations in which I do think it makes my models look better, but it does also make me at least 40% more insane on any given project. And it makes everything take 8 times as long as it should. You have to do things like think up heraldry and then be like, oh, but I also have to make it a candy. But I do love people who commit to the bit, because I certainly do. I called the channel Sugar Candy Miniatures, and gosh darn it, that's what I'm gonna deliver on. If it doesn't look like something a child in a little 1930s animated cartoon bakery dream sequence couldn't have conjured, then I'm sorry, I probably didn't paint it. Yeah, were you there too? Did you check out her video? I thought it was fun. She read one of my comments because I identified a Cats the Musical reference that she made. And that was funny to me. One day I would really like to be able to show her some of the things that I painted, because she was a huge inspiration to me. But thus far I've never, had the opportunity to reach out either by social media or in person. So I'm hoping that one day she'll come to Gen Con or Adepticon or something like that, and I'll cross paths and be like, your silly little guys made me want to paint silly little guys, and here are all my silly little guys, which is probably pretty lame now that I say it with words, but it's a hope of mine. Could easily be a don't meet your heroes situation, but who knows. That's a problem for future fives to work out. Current fives just has to finish some dang projects. All the vehicles are giant fists on wheels. That's hilarious. You gotta paint a silly little guy sometimes. I suppose calling knights little guys is kind of silly in and of itself because they're huge models, but they're just silly little guys. Fighting their silly little wars for their silly little emperor of silly little mankind. Look, if nothing else is ever accomplished in my lifetime, I will have made Warhammer slightly cuter, and I think that's worth celebrating. Why does this look nicer on the side that's facing away from people? They're not gonna see. That's a curse. That shouldn't be allowed. Yeah, honestly, once I finish these silly little guys, I have other silly little guys that I want to paint. I want to finish my 5 parsecs from home crew. I want to finish my Mordheim crew. The problem is, I'd bought the vampire box from, the Warcry one, the Eskurgan True Blades or whatever they are. I was assembling them, and I dropped the werewolf's, snout onto the ground, and it's gone. I haven't been able to find it, because my carpet ate it. Not the carpet that I replaced, but the same horrible shag carpet, just in another room. I haven't been able to find it. So now there's just this weird, big face hole in my werewolf's face. And I don't know whether to, try and write to Games Workshop and be like, I'm big dumb and I dropped this on the floor. Can I please just have a new bit? Or try and sculpt a new snout for this werewolf, or maybe, I don't know, just since he's a space werewolf, I could just throw a tentacle or something in there and make him have weird Ood from Doctor Who face going on. But, I don't know. I'm really bummed that I lost that piece, because I really like that werewolf model. But I don't want to buy another box just for a singular bit. Like, I don't have that kind of money. So I don't really know how to solve that problem. That one's kind of been put on hold while I figure out what the fuck to do about that. I'm sure there's a easy, simple, elegant solution that I haven't thought of. Maybe I could throw like a gas mask on him or something. Or like, you know, not an actual gas mask, but like the half mask thing. Like he's being responsible and protecting himself from space COVID. But I don't know exactly what bits I have. I'm hoping that when my friend Roz comes to visit, I can mention some of these problems and then work through them with a fellow creative mind. I find that that can be way more helpful than anyone gives it credit for. To just talk through your kind of dilemmas with other people. Find an astronaut helmet with... Well, like, I have most of his face. Should be able to grab him. Hang on. Wait right here. I'll be right back. I need to grab another water bottle anyway. Okay, that was a problem we were going to workshop, but then I did something really smart and forgot where I put it, so redact that. We're not doing that today. Sorry. I had to move everything, basically, because I was getting new carpet, so stuff's in different places. It's not lost. I just don't know what corner or which pile it's currently in. So I will have to find certain things later, and that's just how we're living right now. Ain't nothing wrong with it. The chaos will be cleared up in a few days. Hey, how's it going? Yes, Liam, I got new carpet. Also, welcome back from all of your vacations. I hope you had a good time. I got to see you post on your Instagram the big, like, I'm outside of Warhammer World with the big tank vehicle thing. That classic photo that everybody seems to take. That's good. I'm glad. I'm excited to hear about it in like one of your videos or your patron posts or whatever you got going on. Oh, I should remind people, I am raffling off a Space Marine to benefit the Trevor Project. He's a big, chonky, 3D printed lad. Believe you can donate. Yeah, you can donate and select the, chonky lad here as your reward. But if you're interested in him, let me just take a minute and showcase what you too could win if interested. This is the boy. He is huge, as you can see. He's a proper chonkster. I put him on an oval base because it seemed to suit him, and also was like, haha, this isn't a real Space Marine. This is a 3D printed lad. He's big. He's kind of difficult to hold because he's a really heavy piece of resin, and I don't want to drop him or break him or anything. But yeah, this is the lad. I don't think the camera will focus and let you see, but maybe it will. He has hearts for little lens reflections in his eyes. He's got authentic candy decoration. That's a little... Boop. That's a little... There's probably some cat hair on this piece. I'm not going to lie. The cat hair gets everywhere, but I tried to keep it completely free of cat hair. I don't know if it worked. But this could be yours. Buy a raffle ticket. It's for charity. There, I did the promotion. I did a good. I'm going to set him down over here. How much has the boy made so far? That's a great question. Let me see. I'll check. As of right now, this moment, that lad has raised $291.06 for the Trevor Project, which is crazy. It's very generous of everybody who's bought a raffle ticket or contributed. Overall, right now, the entire Fabulous Marines initiative has raised over $8,000. So they're very close to meeting their $10,000 goal for this year. It's fantastic to see, and I'm very excited about it. Yeah. It's great to see what people can do when they come together for a good cause. I do also want to highlight another charity called Point of Pride, who specifically is targeted for helping trans folks who especially need it nowadays. So if you do have extra money to share, unfortunately you can't buy a raffle ticket and have it go to Point of Pride as well. But I think even just like donating $4 to Point of Pride lets them provide a transgender person in need with gender affirming shapewear, which is huge. So if you do have the ability or desire to give to charity, I do highly recommend that one as well. It just doesn't happen to be associated with the Fabulous Marines project that is going to the Trevor Project. So, you know. But I'll shout them out anyway, because they're a good charity. And I learned about them from a Jacob Geller stream. One of my favorite video essayists was playing Sekiro. Sekiro? I don't know how to pronounce it. I haven't played that particular FromSoft title. Although I am replaying Elden Ring. My friend Adam, I gave him a copy of Elden Ring for his birthday because we had beat Dark Souls 3 and Bloodborne together. And he was like, I'll buy Elden Ring eventually. And I was like, I would like you to play Elden Ring now. So we've been playing Elden Ring. It's really fun. We've been keeping little, like, in-character journals as well of all the stuff that we've been up to. All of our little hijinks. And, it's pretty fun. So, yeah. I think mostly because at one point, my friend Marty was like, you should keep a journal while playing Elden Ring. And I think he meant you should do that because there's, like, a lot going on. And it can be hard to keep track of. But I thought he was just talking about, like, a fun little thing to do, so I started writing notes as if I was, like, a person in the world and stuff like that. And then Adam just tends to think that some of my ideas are good ideas, so we got to do that again, and it's quite fun, and I like it a lot. I'm having a good time. Sometimes you just need to do stuff that is genuinely a good time for no other reason than it's fun. Do you guys want to see my fucking Elden Ring character journal? I'll show you that. I'm actually kind of proud of it. I'll ask in the chat. I'll put a poll in there. Get that YouTube engagement. Do you want to see the Elden Ring journal? Question mark. There. Excellent. Now you can vote. I'll leave it up to democracy. Also, if you're gonna vote and you like clicking buttons, click the like button too, because that's a casual segue. Why did I put the lid back on that red? I still needed that paint. Hi, Zambies! Oh my goodness! Welcome! How are you doing? Congratulations, by the way. Zambies, everybody, like, shout out in the chat. I don't know what emoji we gonna use. Maybe, like, a dinosaur or a fire truck or a zombie. Something cool. Because Zambies has raised for the Fabulous Marines Project on her own $1,145. What the fuck, girl? Thank you. Hell yes. That is incredible. And I am so happy every time I, like, check where people are at in the little leaderboards and stuff. Because your name is right up there at the top. And I'm like, that's fantastic. For those of you who may be unaware, I got Zambies. Well, Zambies got me, rather, as a Goobertown Secret Santa one year. And I had been needing this, like, special edition Breast Cancer Awareness Month pink paint because I ran out of the bottle that I had, and Reaper doesn't just, like, sell it. It's just, like, free when you order something from them. And Zambies had, like, I don't know, 8 of them. It sent me a whole bunch. So now I'm just good for forever. It was so generous, and it made me cry a lot. Like, one of the best Secret Santa presents I've ever received in my entire life. Yes, clap is a good emoji. Okay, that's much more reasonable than dinosaur or fire truck. Alright, I'm gonna finish painting these stripes, and then I'm gonna see where our poll ended up at. Cool, okay. That's starting to look like peppermint and stuff. It'll get highlights and probably a gloss coat to look more like candy. Yes! Okay, let's see. How do I... end poll. Oh, 6 votes. Hell yeah. And everybody wants to see it. Okay. YouTube has emotes. Oh, that's sweet. There's a unicorn one. Yes. Okay, I'll grab my Elden Ring journal and I'll be right back, and we can look at this together. You guys can think I'm cool. I'm gonna put the lid on this red so that when I get up it like doesn't spill. Be right back. Oh, alright, I'm back. I also found the werewolf that I was looking for. Or the box where the werewolf should be that I was looking for earlier. Oh, hell yeah. William, that's so cool. Okay, so this is my Elden Ring journal that I've been keeping. I chose one that kind of looked like you could find it in the world, and that has proven to be kind of a terrible decision, if I'm honest, because the paper in here is of a terrible quality. It's recycled paper, which should be, like, all cool and good and for the environment and stuff, but I am writing in it with a quill and ink pen, and it's just been a nightmare. But this is, like, my little cover page. This is a portrait of my little Elden Ring guy. This is, like, backstory. That's a drawing of Torrent, the little horse that you get. And you can see, like, it's bleeding through and stuff. Like, the paper quality is just not great. I was trying to do, like, a landscape, and the paper is just so bad I can't paint on it. So a lot of this is just, like, me trying to work with this paper and it not working very good. So later I have to adapt to, like, this kind of drawing style. And then filling in with just, like, little bits of gold here and there, which I think looks much more elegant. A lot of it is, like, just stuff. I haven't organized it into any kind of, like, index. It's very much just, like, a character journal of events as they're happening. This is my friend's character that I did, so I, like, did it on better paper and then cut it out and glued it in with a glue stick. This is a little pot guy from Elden Ring. People know this one. That's the gross thing that's beneath Stormvale. Again, a lot of it is just literally, it's like text. My guy goes a little crazy. They got a little issues, so sometimes they write sideways and stuff. Their brain isn't fully put together, but, like, who's going through the lands between with their mind fully intact? This is one of the wandering mausoleums. When we get to Lunaria, there's crystals now, so I get to draw those. That's one of the freaking steamed prawns that you can pick up. That's, Raya. That's another pot guy. That's the Turtle Pope. You gotta love the Turtle Pope. Muriel is the best. And yeah, I filled up most of this one. That's E.G. E.G.'s probably my favorite character. The blacksmith guy. I just think he's neat. I like him. So I did a painting of him and put it in there. Again, more just like text and stuff. More adventuring stuff. Just changing up fonts. There's a dragon. All this is just fun. I did this one in a spiral, and I was like, that's going to be really obnoxious to read, but whatever. I think that's all the interesting pages. I don't know if I've made any more drawings. But I'm almost... Oh, I have made... This is like a weird cat pendant that you can pick up, which of course I had to draw because I love cats. But yeah, I only have a couple of pages left in the back, and I am completely out of ink, so I'm gonna need a new journal and also more ink. And I think these are some very old-fashioned problems for people to have, but that's my Elden Ring character journal. We get to see my mind. LOL. Thanks! I'm glad you like it. The paper is terrible. It's so bad. It's so bad. Okay, anyway. I have found my, my box, right? So we've got the other vampire sprues. We got them. And then we have our beautiful werewolf, who should be really cool and interesting. But he's just kind of got a hole in his face where his snarl should be. And, like, the pose still slaps. Like, this is a great model. But he's supposed to look like this. That's what we're going for. And this is what we have. I posed the hand a little bit different, like, whatever. But his face it's just a void. It's just nothing. I've lost the piece that goes there. So, yeah, I don't really know what the best solution is to that. Clown nose. We could try sculpting a clown nose, but he'd still need a mouth. And I'm not a great sculptor, so I don't know how that would turn out. I really wish I hadn't lost his mouth, but I did very much lose it. Yeah, you can hear Hector trying to say hello. That's the kitty trying to break into the hobby room right now. I'd really like to fix him up, but I don't know that I have the ability to sculpt anything decent. Bits would be easier to see on neon carpet, but that's not going to be my hobby room carpet. The room that I was building him in, I will have, I'll have a hard surface floor put in there eventually. But let's see. Hell, why not? I've got other bits lying around. We'll see if we've got anything. I don't think Tyranid bits are going to help us. Nids probably isn't the way to go. I think I have some, like, orc bits or admech bits somewhere. Again, this is not the problem we need to be solving right now. Ugh. But it's the one that's happening. Welcome to my streams, where I don't do anything that I'm supposed to do. Like, theoretically, we could shave the head of the admech out of there and put the little breather on for him. That could happen. That's a thought. We're gonna keep that as a thought. He is a space werewolf, which helps us with that. Cruel Boy stuff, probably not gonna be useful. Skaven stuff, not gonna be useful. We could give him, like, a blaster, too. We can find a little gun. More Cruel Boy stuff. This is Tau stuff. I don't think we want Tau stuff. They're not really, like, gross, you know? Needs to be... not gross. Gross isn't the right word, but less refined, I guess. He needs to be a little bit more roguish. What is this? Is this more Tau? Why do I have so many Tau bits? Yeah, that's more Tau. Is admech really gonna be our only option here? Looks like it might be. Other than going searching through the bits box of doom. some different AdMech heads. I don't know that these will be any easier or less cumbersome to get through. This one has some weird little wires on it, though. That could be fun. Yeah, that might be useful. That little thing. This is what we're doing now. We're gonna fix this problem that I didn't need to do. Hell yeah. Let's do it. Why not? We're here. It's not like I have an impending deadline for one of these projects. Hee 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 hee. Alright. Why not? Honestly, life is short. I might as well do the thing I'm excited about fixing in the moment. I will set my knight off to the side. We made progress on him. Like, it's not like he looks like shit. Most people would be pretty excited to play with a model like that. Absolutely not. I've sorted my bits to the extent that they're going to be sorted for now. I think these wires might be useful. So I'm gonna cut that one out. I'm not going to make a poll asking you guys if you think that this is going to be a successful rescue, because if you say no, I'm going to lose all confidence. We are going to use some worse practices here and just attack things. So, like, don't do that. If you're doing this, be smart. Use a hobby knife. Don't be as violent and impulsive as me. Oh, I should probably mix up some green stuff before I start hacking into things. That would make sense. I'm not gonna do that, though. That would be listening to reason, and we're well past that now. But, like, theoretically, something like that should work. We just gotta get rid of all the parts we don't need, which is most of this. I've seen a couple kit bashing videos before. I know what I'm doing. They did not, in fact, know what they were doing. I've also got to cover up his little, like, samurai pads and just kind of make his pants look more like a kind of flight suit or something. Cool. That's the part that we want, basically. It is a little wide for his face. We're gonna see what we can do about that. That's where some amount of sculpting might come in handy. I kind of hate it. Unfortunately, I don't love it. We could just make a bunch of weird wires be coming out of his mouth. If we kind of sculpted like a snout on there, we could just make him go like full unhinged kind of alien creature. I don't know that that looks better, but we're gonna slap some green stuff on there and see what happens. It's not like GW is gonna, it's not like GW is gonna just send me one bit, you know? It's not gonna happen. I wish it would, but I don't think that it will happen. How do I feel about the new carpet? I absolutely love it. It makes me so happy every time I walk into my living room and I see my carpet. I'm like, oh, fuck yeah, that's my carpet. Like, it looks like I live here as opposed to this is just a house that I happen to be in, you know? And that's really cool. It's probably one of my favorite things that I've done ever. It makes me feel really, like, I don't know, happy that I have a space that I can just do whatever I want with. And it feels like there's nothing I can't do to that space at that point, because I've already done something that most people would consider really stupid and weird. So yeah, I love it, and I'm very happy that I did it. Alright, we're gonna stick a lump of green stuff on this guy's face now. And let's initially see if we can't kind of poke this into like a wolf face shape. It's gonna be rough at first, but that's fine. I watched Trent from Miscast sculpt to solve problems. So, like, that means I can do it too, I think. That man would never let a missing bit stop him from finishing a project. So I shouldn't let a missing bit stop me from finishing a project either. Especially one that I've been as excited about as this 5 parsecs from Home Crew. I need to find suitable miniatures for the other portions of the crew as well. I still have a few left that I need to figure out, but that looks like it could be about where a nose would be. I know probably most of this isn't showing up on the camera too good, but I have sculpted something that at least vaguely resembles a nose. I wish I had a really fine, like, pointed... Oh, I have, like, a thumbtack I could probably use to get the nostrils. How do the cats feel? They weren't sure about it at first, but they've kind of just gotten used to it. I think they're pretty good at adjusting once, like, they have time to. So now they don't really have any problem. Okay, that's a really acceptable nose. It's kind of askew, but, like, that's fine. That's just a nose that he has now. Okay, great. So I've given him a nose. I don't really know how to go about sculpting a mouth. Looks like it should kind of flow in from here. And from here. Where the mouth should be. Could take, where'd my little wires go? There. Could kind of do something with them. Like maybe if I cut away this middle part. This is taking a little bit of focus. Hang on here. Bear with me. Everybody just calm down. Saying that equally to myself and to you. There we go. I think I cut away that little bit at the top. Make that sort of a perfectly round little bit. I'll just look like the little breathing mask. Can I have one of those? Yeah. Oh, that looks pretty good. Be a matter of positioning it correctly. I think we need to maybe just snip off some of that. Then yeah, graft it on a little bit, but that should work out just fine. Kind of look like he needs some sort of weird breathing apparatus. Can probably make a little cable to attach the other part over here. Make that just a little thinner. I'm sorry, I'm just talking through what I'm doing. Hi, Keegan. How's it going? It has been a little while. Hello, Nora. How's it going? It's been a little while. Yeah, I had to take some time to just be a human and not be a YouTube personality. 'Cause I was getting real tired by just everything. And that's usually a good sign that you need to step back from some of the things that you're doing. So, took a step back, but I think I'm back now. We'll see. Like I said, this one's probably going to be shorter than a usual stream for me, just because I'm trying to slowly get back into it. It's no less chaotic than a usual stream. I was not supposed to be fixing this space werewolf, although, honestly, guys, I need you to lie to me and say that this version looks cooler than the version if I had just had the regular bits. And I hadn't dropped it on the floor. I need you all to lie to me in this moment for my self-confidence to grow. And you're my audience, so why wouldn't you lie to affirm what I need in life? I think that actually looks decent just as it is. If I could just get a little bit, kind of fill that gap back there. No one say something like, oh, it just kind of looks like he's got a binky. He's a little baby. It needs to make him look ferocious and dangerous and stuff. Oh no, our werewolf is so dangerous. We gotta keep him all sedated, maybe, or I don't know. Can you sedate a werewolf? Maybe he just breathes in like concentrated wolfsbane or whatever it is. Or there's something. Is it mistletoe, I think, that they use in that one episode of Doctor Who, where they're like, that'll keep a werewolf out of this room. This door's been built with mistletoe. It's like, okay, I don't remember that part of typical lore, but sure. I mean, it's Doctor Who, so we're just gonna go with it. Space werewolf. I'm really proud of that wolf nose that I sculpted. It looks perfect. It'll only look better when it gets primed too, because like then everything will come together and just look as it should. Yeah, I think that looks pretty good. Okay. I'm not mad about that. Hang on. Everybody hype me up for this werewolf. Hang on. I'm gonna get the thing to focus. Alright? Come on now, camera. Come on now, camera. Focus on the one part that I need my audience to see, please. Can you see him? Do you see him? I did invent space wolves. Look at this man. Thank you. Yes. Yes. Everybody saying things is correct. This is the Curse Blood model from the Ask Hergen True Blades box. I am getting an alert that my phone has low battery. We're at 15%. Excellent. Let me see if I can do anything about that. I don't think that I can right now, because I don't have the charging cable close to hand. So we're just gonna go until I reach about 5%, and then we're gonna hop off. So, yeah. I think we need to re-sculpt one of his little nostrils in here. Kind of got poked into. Yeah. Yeah. It's good. That looks good. Okay, so let's see. I'm gonna clip off these kind of samurai pauldrons that he has, because those aren't reading very space to me. I was just gonna kind of sculpt like some flaps or something to come down and kind of be like he has his space uniform folded over, but honestly, I might just have like a pouch or a little gadget or something that I can slap on there. Because we love a pouch or a little gadget we can slap onto places. That makes things feel very sci-fi. And listen, I'm already cutting this model up. Like, he's already been fucked up, okay? Not by me. That one is gonna be way harder to fix. I do want to fill these little holes too and kind of make that more even all the way around. He was always going to need a little bit of sculpting. It's just I didn't quite know that it would be this much. Let's see. Maybe if we get those towel bits that I said I didn't need. Let's get those in here. Because towel kind of have a lot of gadgets and stuff. They got a lot of little, like, shoulder pad thingies. They do. Yeah. Got gadgets. Need some gadgets. Like, that can fit right on there, basically. And that looks much more sci-fi than what we had before. People are going to be able to clock it as Tau, I'm sure. But that's something. That can cover up that one, if not else. So that's an option. Gonna try not to mess with his face at all. Did I just knock him over? I did. I don't think that messed with anything. Just stay there. What other bits can we harvest from here? I like this weird gadget thingy, but I don't know how it would work. I'm gonna take it anyway. Maybe I can stick it on his back. Like, he has a lot going on. He looks like he's been experimented on. I'm gonna give him a tragic backstory to justify this. Yeah, if I can find little, like, pipe and cables and stuff, then maybe I'll do that, to kind of continue this whole cyborg thing. I know these are, like, probably gun parts, but they look like maybe I could trim them down as panels or something. Like, this could stick out of his back somehow. Be stuck on there. I don't think sticking it on there looks very elegant. Maybe I could have it be attached to his shoulder. That looks dumb. Does it look dumb there? It looks a little dumb there, but it doesn't look a lot dumb there. I don't want to do too much, right? The goal is to just kind of put this in the sci-fi world and have it live there comfortably. So, you know, I'm trying to not fuck it up. Because that's the worry that I have with kit bashing, is that if I make it look worse, then that's really defeating the purpose. This helmet has a little cable, so we're going to steal that. Here's another little cable that we can use. This helmet has a different cable, so we'll take that one too. And then this helmet has a little antenna that we might steal. This is just a little cable. Or a little breath tank, I don't know. I think this might have been the pre-made breath tank. It's certainly something. I don't know what it is. It's a AdMech part. Ooh, this is like an interesting little canister. I'll steal that. We love a sci-fi canister. Okay, cool. All this shit is cool. Yeah, and then I'm gonna take another one of these. I think we'll end up just putting these on as the panels where his little samurai pads were. I don't know what those pieces of armor are actually called. I do have some little Mr. Hobby glue, just turned out to be way better than any other glue I've ever used before. This Mr. Cement stuff is sick as fuck. I think it's like the equivalent of Tamiya Extra Thin, which I never seem to be able to find at my local hobby store. But it seems to set really quickly, and that's kind of what I'm looking for. Yeah! Okay, I might want to shave that down a little bit, if I can. Just kind of see if I can't trim that just a bit. so that it's kind of not as much of a texture. Get off of there. Welcome to Unhinged Kit Bashing, where I don't know what I'm doing, but fortunately neither do you. Hi, Gurmudgeon! How's it going? Welcome to the stream. I'm committing crimes by trying to fix this werewolf. Make him a space werewolf. Oh, that looks good. I mean, it looks good for me. It doesn't look great for, like, a professional, but that's not what you're here for. I am gonna paint him, like, the brightest fucking green known to man as well. So I hope you're ready for that. Basically taking any hint of refinement that we've crafted and making sure that that's gone so that future generations will know I never once did something with a plan. I think getting that plugged in, like, over here would be cool. Kind of like that. Because he's got kind of a little curve there. Ugh. Sticking all this together is, it's not the easiest. Especially when stuff doesn't want to stay where I put it. I would like it to stay here, but I can feel it clinging to my finger, and I know that it won't. My fault for having green stuff on my finger. Hey, sometimes jank as hell but lovable is exactly what you're going for. Like, this werewolf is definitely going to be kind of on the janky side. But so is everything else in my 5 parsecs from home crew. Well, I guess my TV in the other room fucking finished up playing the fucking random department store background music because now I hear the Cowboy Bebop theme. So we're gonna have to adjust that if at all possible. Though this theme does fucking slap. There we go. I think that's about as good with that cable as I could hope to get. Let me see if I can adjust the music. We are at 10% battery, so that means we've got an amount of time left that is unknowable. Also, I would have to get up from the get up to turn off the TV in the other room. So we're just gonna let this, this is just gonna happen. We're just letting it all happen. Okay, now I think ideally I'd like to connect like one of these wounds to something with kind of like a cable, so just gonna put a tiny bit of green stuff on here. And then just a tiny dab of glue in his little open festering wound right there. He probably like needs it to breathe or live or circulate blood or something. Whatever fucked up sci-fi reason he needs for this. And we did have that cool, like, tank. We could maybe stick that in at a jaunty angle. Does that look cool? I don't know. Does it look sci-fi? Absolutely. We're gonna do it. Yeah. Thank you. Oh, you got a Starboy shirt. That's so cool. Thank you for buying my merch. That's awesome. Oh, I think the fucking J-pop playlist has maybe kicked in. We'll see. We're just gonna see what happens. Need that to be connected with the wound that he has, please. Thank you. Should I try and give him like a little antenna? I want to finish this kit bash before my phone dies, but we don't have very much time left. And every little detail that we add is going to take just a little bit more time. I think I do want to add the antenna, though. I think it's going to be cool. Unfortunately, I'm making most of my decisions based off would it be cool, not would it be easy. And this has popped out of the socket that I need it to be in. Stay in there. I'll have to attach that with some green stuff too, damn it. I'm trying. Oh shit, we have 2% left. I don't know how we went from 10 to 2 in no time, but I think my phone, yeah, it bit it. Sorry, guys. Sometimes your battery just fucking, it goes. And it's done, and there's nothing you can do about it. You realize it a half second before it happens. I apologize. Like I said, I was just trying to make shit happen. do a stream. It got away from me. I was, you know, gonna paint that night, and that was it. That was that. But we somehow ended up here. And I think that's cool, too. I genuinely do. I don't want to stop working because I want to finish this kit bash, but you guys won't be able to see anything that I'm doing. So that probably means I should end the stream. Because not having visual, I can't imagine that being super interesting. It's kind of the whole point of streaming. But, I don't know. If you guys want to stick around, I could keep talking. To keep me company. But I think probably the best move is to close this out. So thanks so much for being here, for welcoming me back. I appreciate, as always, your patience since it had been a while. I look forward to streaming for you guys again sometime soon. I hope that you have a good night and stay safe out there. Bye for now.